If you're already on a Steam Deck, then you know how good it is out of the box already. But what most people never touch are plugins. In this video, I'll show you the plugins that I keep installed on my deck, why I use them, and how they make using the Steam Deck even better. This is a beginner-friendly video, but there's plenty here if you've already tweaked with your settings. Plugins don't replace SteamOS, nor do they turn the Steam Deck into something overcomplicated. They let you personalize your Steam Deck to how you want it. They let you personalize it how it looks, behaves, and performs. The important thing to know is, you don't need loads of plugins. The right one can reduce time, save friction, and make the deck feel more personal. The wrong one just turns it into a project. Everything I'm showing here is optional, removable, and easy to uninstall. Almost all the Steam plugins come from one place, Decky Loader. It integrates directly into the Steam interface and it allows you to install the plugins safely. Nothing here is permanent, and that's why I am comfortable recommending it. So to install Decky Loader, you need to come out of gaming mode and switch into desktop mode. So you're going to open a browser and go to the official Decky Loader website, download the installer and run it once. Once it finishes, you want to hop back over to gaming mode. Once you're back in gaming mode, you'll see a new Decky icon inside the Steam menu. It will just look like a plug, and that's it. You're ready to install plugins. The first plugins are about performance, and it's not about chasing those ultra settings. It's about chasing something that's smoother, consistent. So the first one we've got is lossless scaling. This one's easy to misunderstand, so I want to explain it properly. Lossless scaling isn't about pushing ultra settings into the deck, it's about being smarter with the resolution. Frame rates just won't magically double, but the pacing of them is steadier. There's fewer little hitches, there's smoother camera motion. That is what you'll actually feel whilst playing a game. It doesn't work in every game, but when it does, it fits the Steam Deck perfectly. The next set of plugins don't change performance, but they change the way the deck feels. And they make it more personal, they make it your deck, not Valve's Steam Deck. MagicPods make AirPods behave properly on Steam Deck, with reliable connections and clear battery info. And depending on your AirPods, it allows you to choose which mode you want to have selected on the Steam Deck. Really handy. So if this stuff is useful to you, feel free to subscribe to the channel and let me know which plugins are you going to try on your deck. Or if you've already got some plugins, which ones could you recommend to me? ProtonDB saves time by showing real user reports on how games actually run. Normally we look at deck verified status when we are browsing games in the library, but sometimes deck verified doesn't give us the full picture, and this is where ProtonDB can come in really handy. Real users submit their ratings and it allows us, potential buyers of games, to accurately know how well these games are going to run on the Steam Deck. One such example is GTA 5. The deck verified status tells us that this game is unsupported, and we know that is down to the game's multiplayer, which we know it doesn't run on a Steam Deck, but the single player does, and this is what ProtonDB tells us, that the game will run. The animation changer, it's not going to change performance, it just makes the Steam Deck feel like your console every time you power it on. I've been amazed by some of the animations available here, and booting up my Steam Deck now really does bring an even bigger smile to my face. UniFi Deck is something that is relatively new to the Steam Deck, and this keeps games from other stores visible directly in our Steam library. Previously, we had to go into desktop mode if we wanted to get our games from, say, Epic Game Store, but now, thanks to UniFi Deck, it is all visible in gaming mode, saving us those precious few minutes. CSS Loader lets you apply themes that change the look and layout of SteamOS. These themes can adjust things like spacing, colours, and how information is presented across the interface. I use themes mainly to make the UI easier to read and more consistent, especially when navigating the library. It's very easy to switch themes on and off, so you can experiment and keep what works best for you. If you find the standard cover art of your library a little bit bland and maybe want to mix it up a little bit, then SteamGridDB really is a must. This helps you pick your own cover art for your games, something that you may like. You might want to change the background, the hero picture. There are plenty of options that have been created by some fantastic users. So the main takeaway is you don't need every plugin. If you care about your Steam Deck's battery life, well, then stick to performance and quality of life tools. If you play docked, focus on compatibility and visuals. And if you want the Steam Deck to feel more like your console, then focus on those personalisation tools. If you've already sorted your settings, then this is the next step in your Steam Deck's ownership. So, thank you for watching, and until next time, hwyl fawr.